from outside? Minuscule, isn't it? Rest is all on self-help. This is a self-help group. Nothing need to happen. You can remember what happened 5 days ago and suffer. You can imagine what will happen after 10 days and suffer. You are just suffering your own memory and imagination, two most wonderful faculties that have been given to us, that's what you're suffering. If I lop off half your brain, most of you will be peaceful. Yes. If you take away half your brain, you will be peaceful. Today it's become like this, even the so-called spiritual leaders are going about saying, peace of mind is the highest goal in your life. They're telling you this. People are telling you all over the place. Such people will only rest in peace. You know, this happened. Some time ago, I was to speak at Tel Aviv. I'm flying out of Atlanta. I was supposed to land there in the morning and speak at 6:30 in the evening. But because of some delays in the flight, I landed there at 6 in the evening. I had just half an hour. So I quickly changing in the airport to go, because in these 35 or 34 years now, I have not been late to a single appointment. I want to keep that up. So I'm quickly changing and I rushed. When I got there on time, I discovered that I'm speaking in a very fine restaurant. And I'm famished, I'm so hungry because I'm flying an American airline, there's nothing edible on the plane. I'm totally famished and life can't get better, I'm speaking in a restaurant. Then people are greeting me and one man comes up to me and says, "Shalom." I ask him, what does it mean? He says, "This is the highest way of greeting." I said, "Well, that's your opinion. What does it mean?" He said, No, this is really the highest way of greeting." "All right, but what does the word mean?" Then he says, "Shalom means peace." Then I said, "Why would peace be the highest way of greeting unless you're born in Middle East?" In South India, somebody comes up to me in the morning and says, "Peace." I say, "What's wrong with you?" Whatever you're deprived of, if you deprive yourself of something for a long period of time, then slowly it will rise to heaven. Peace, divine peace. Joy, divine joy. Love, divine love. If I starve you for 5 days, if God appears here, what will you ask? Food, that's all. If you don't keep yourself well, if you are ill, if God comes here, what will you ask? Health. So, those of you who made a hell out of yourself, you want to go to heaven. I am asking you, does any of you have proof that you are not already in heaven and messing it up? Do you? Do you have proof? You have? What is the proof? No, even in heaven you can mess yourself up. Now let me tell you, this happened. A husband and wife, it was their 50th wedding anniversary. They got little romantic and they wanted to do that day just the way they did it 50 years ago, all right? So they went to that particular church where the wedding happened. From there, they went to a particular restaurant where they had been and they had a grand lunch. Then they went to the movies as they had done then, and then they were driving back. Everything just the way it was 50 years ago, but it's 50 years later. Everything is same, but you are not, okay? Then as they were driving, the wife said, "John, do you remember how passionately you kissed me on that day?" He said, "Yes, but I know I'm driving." Well, you were driving then also. Then they kissed, but they crashed. 50 years later, things are not same. And they landed up at heaven. Saint Peter welcomed them. So, 50th anniversary, they landed in a good place. So both of them being golfers, they asked, is there golf in heaven? That's their main concern. Peter said, of course, the most immaculate golf course that you would have ever seen. Can we see? So Peter drove them on a golf cart. Can we tee off? Is it tea time for us? Of course, it's always tea time in heaven. So both of them went. Husband teed off, straight and long, splitting the fairway. The wife walked down to the lady's tee, teed off, again a beautiful shot. Both of them walking down for their second shot. Suddenly husband became depressed. This happens to husbands sometimes. You don't know why, but they became depressed. So he became depressed. She looked at him and said, John, what's your problem? We are on the best golf course ever. And you had a great shot, I had a great shot. Why are you looking so depressed? He said, if it was not for your stupid health food, we could have been here a long time ago. I'm saying you can mess it up. These are simple things. These are simple things. To be healthy, to be peaceful, to be joyful, to be loving, these are simple things for a human being. These are not the great things that you achieve in your life. Unfortunately, so-called religious leaders and others have slowly raised it as if it's in heaven. These are simple things that you were capable of when you were 5, 6 years of age. Yes or no? Hello? Yes. Do you need a PhD in love affair to be loving? Do you need something else? I'm asking. When you were 5, somebody had to make you unhappy. Today somebody has to make you happy. You just reverse the entire equation. The fundamental thing is just this. You have a super computer, you don't have the patience to read the user's manual. If you're ready, we can open the user's manual. In a committed way, if you're ready, we can open the user's manual for you. It takes 30 hours of committed focused time if you have. We can give you a vehicle with which you can turn inward. Once you understand that every human experience is only generated from within, not intellectually, experientially you know, it is all coming from within you, I believe you will fix it. Yes? If you find excess, you will fix it. The problem is just a question of excess. You're all eyeballs out. What's happening here? Not in your control. You're trying to control the entire world to control your experience. It is working sometimes. When you feel miserable, you turn on the TV. When you feel miserable, talk to your friend. When you feel miserable, drink something that quietens you or pop a pill that quietens you. These kind of things are working off and on as relief, but they are not working as solution. You can… Is it okay? Can I tell you a bad joke? On a certain day, a bull and a pheasant were grazing upon the field. The bull was chomping on the grass, the pheasant picking the ticks off the bull, partnership. There was a huge tree at the edge of the field. The pheasant nostalgically looked up at the tree and said, "Oh, alas, there was a time I could fly to the topmost branch of the tree. Today I do not have enough strength in my wing even to get to the first branch of the tree." The bull very nonchalantly said, "Oh, that's no issue. Just eat a little bit of my dung every day. Within a fortnight you will get to the topmost branch of the tree." The pheasant said, "Come on, what kind of rubbish is that?" The bull said, "Really, try and see, the entire humanity is on it." Very hesitantly, the pheasant started pecking at the dung, and lo, on the very first day it reached the first branch of the tree. Within a fortnight it reached the topmost branch of the tree. It went and sat there on the topmost branch of the tree, just beginning to enjoy the scenery. The old farmer, who was rocking on his rocking chair, saw a fat old pheasant sitting on top of the tree. He pulled out his shotgun and shot the bird off the tree. The moral of the story is, many times bullshit can get you to the top, but never lets you stay there. Now, there is nobody here in this group who do not know joy, who do not know peace, who do not know blissfulness, who do not know love. Every one of you are tasting it off and on. Only problem is not able to stay there. Yes or no? Because somehow bullshitting yourself into well-being. Somehow. I want you to look at your life like this. One thing a human being must always remember is that we are mortal. You may think many things about yourself. You may be very super smart, whatever. But countless number of people walked this planet before you and me. They were also smart people. They were also super smart. They also thought they are the best people. Where are they right now? All topsoil sitting on them, huh? Yes. This will also become topsoil. You must get this now. If you get this now, you can transform your life. Otherwise, one day you will get it from the maggots when it's a bit too late. You are just a small pop-up on this planet. You know, you've seen the pop-ups on your computer screen? Pop, pop, gone. 2 seconds only they paid for. They paid for only 2 seconds, though up, gone. In the life of this planet, in the life of this cosmos, in the eternity, you are just a pop-up. Yes? At least be a joyful pop-up. Joy is not a goal by itself. Only if your experience of life is pleasant within you, you will dare to explore deeper dimensions of life. Otherwise, every step is only half a step. The fear of suffering makes a human being into half a step, half a life. Only when there is no fear of suffering, whatever happens, this is how I will be. If this assurance rises within you, only then you will dare to walk full stride with this life. Otherwise, you'll always be half a step. I don't know if you're inclined to wanting to experience the entire cosmos or not, but at least this piece of life you must know in its entirety before you pop out. Yes or no? At least this piece of life you must know in its fullness before you pop out. People think I'm a great philosopher, and Swamiji also acknowledging me that Advaita, everything, Vedanta, I don't know anything. I have not read a thing about anything. The only thing I know is, I know this piece of life from its origin to its ultimate. What you need to understand is, if you know this, by inference you know everything that's worth knowing, because as an atom is made, the fundamental design of an atom and that of the cosmos are essentially same. If you know one atom, by inference you know the entire nature of the cosmos. You don't have to really go there, because you can't go there. There is no such place. It's all over the place. Yes? There is no such place that you can go and see, okay, this is cosmos. We are in it, right? Only problem is, we are not able to perceive it simply because of a serious issue with our perspective of who we are and what we are. When I say who we are, what we are, this solar system in which we are right now is a tiny speck in the cosmos. In that tiny speck, Planet Earth is a microspeck. In that microspeck, where we are right now, Maryland, is a super microspeck. In that, you are a big man. This is a serious problem of perspective. Once you lost your perspective on this scale, then you will not see anything the way it is. It's my wish and my blessing that every human being should know at least one spot of something beyond their physicality and their psychological structures. Right now, what you know as life is just your own thought and your own emotion. Your body, your thought, your emotion is filling the entire space. Physiological drama and psychological drama is obliterating every other dimension of life. Your psychological drama at least must be well directed. If you like tragedy, you can do it. At least aesthetically nice tragedy, not a messy tragedy, isn't it? Right now the problem is you are not able to direct your own psychological drama. If you directed it, you would make it nice, isn't it? Exciting for yourself or no? So drama is going out of control because you don't know how to pull the screen down when you need to pull it down. You must know this. You must know how to… See, right now, my hand goes here if I want it to go, if I want it to come back, it comes back. Suppose it starts dancing all over the place. This is a ridiculous hand. It's more of a nuisance than help, isn't it? Isn't this what has happened to your mind? It's dancing all over the place, it doesn't seek your permission as to where to go, where not to go. It's ridiculous. Your only comfort is others cannot see it, you can sit here like that. No, they can see it, if they pay little attention, they can see it. This has to change. If you want to see a new humanity, if you want to see a humanity which is forward moving, not going in circles, this has to change. It is a fundamental responsibility that we as a generation of people have, that for the next generation, when heavens crumble, they have something more solid to hang on to. If we don't offer that, we are definitely committing a crime against humanity, because they will go to chemicals to seek higher experiences. That higher experiences, chemicals, is like the bird which sat on the tree. It will be there for some time and get shot down in no time, okay? So, I request all of you to some way invest some amount of time for fundamental human well-being. Human well-being does not mean these people, this one. Because if you don't know what it is, you can't do it to anybody. You can't offer to anybody anything that is not real for you. It's my wish and my blessing, this must become real for you. I wish to, acknowledge Swamiji for the wonderful work that he is doing in the field of education, changing, transforming thousands and thousands of lives in southern India and maybe here also to some extent. And all of you for supporting